Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Very happy today. I received a phone call this morning regarding a fish that I've been looking for quite some time. Now, most decent reef shops will have these in. There's just one main issue with them, and that's if they're feeding or not. So straight away, if somebody was to say that, my mind would go to two fish. If you've been watching any of my other videos, you probably have a good idea of what fish this is. But I'm going to keep the intro pretty short because I want to talk about this fish a bit more once we've got him acclimated. So I am going to get the fish temperature acclimated into the tank, and then I'll pick up the camera again in about half an hour once everything's matching, and then I'll speak to you when we're getting him in the tank. Now's a good time though, drop a comment in the comments box and let me know what fish you think I'm adding to this tank. So it's been about 45 minutes and I've temperature acclimated, but I've also been essentially drip acclimating. A bit quicker than drip acclimating, as what I've been doing is just putting a cup of tank water into the bag and taking a cup out, or taking a cup out and then putting a fresh one in. That's usually how I'll acclimate fish, just to speed it up a little bit. So I think I've got enough water in the bag now. Fish seems to have settled down. When I put it in the tank, it was going a bit nuts in the bag. Obviously it's been dark and then the lights have been on. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the newest member of the tank. So if you said copper band, or you thought copper band, well done you. Bit of a, I'll get him into the tank, I'll let him go, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about why it's took so long. So he doesn't really want to come out. Bit tricky to do one-handed. Here he comes. There he is, in all his glory. Just get rid of that bag. So, I spoke to one of my local shops a couple of weeks back, well, a couple of months back really, and asked them to put one on order for me. Obviously one of the main things with copper bands is if we can get them feeding right, they come in without any parasites or anything like that. And this one in particular, I had obviously got my name down, but they either died or struggled in transit, or just didn't look too good, or wasn't feeding as well as I wanted them to feed. So this one's been in the shop about 3 to 4 weeks. I've been up to see it, made sure that it was feeding then, and I've left it another week to just thoroughly ensure that it is feeding. Put some weight on. So one of the main things to look for if you are looking at getting a copper band is just looking at the thickness of it. They always come in really skinny. So if you can if you can see them and make sure that they're from the side profile that they look quite chunky, that's always a good thing to look for, especially on the top end. So towards the top of its back, that can sometimes be really skinny, and you just know that it's not an overall healthy fish. One of the other things to look for is obviously its beak. So sometimes its nose and the end of its beak can start to curl. If that happens, it's obviously going to struggle with eating. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably make a more detailed version on how to care for copper bands. Obviously I'll let this guy settle in for a few weeks, fatten him up even more. This is not my first copper band that I've had. I have had some in the past, which I've essentially ended up selling on to other local reefers, which my last one was brilliant. He was bigger than this, much bigger than this. He loved Aptasia, and he ate like a pig, and he got on best pals with my old yellow tang, so he really was one of my dream fish, and I've been trying for quite some time to get another one back in the tank. So obviously now I haven't got any tangs in the tank, I haven't got anything really aggressive in the tank, nothing that's going to give him any issues really. So I thought now was the perfect time to add one, and it was all just then about finding the right specimen. There he is. Colours, everything are just so stunning on this fish. All of them are. And now his fate lies in my hands basically, so I know he's healthy, he's gone through the shipping process and everything, he's been healthy for the last couple of weeks, he's been eating, so if that goes to pot in my tank, then that's on me, and that's the same with having any pets or anything really. If you take that fish out of its environment, that responsibility is on you, and you've got to do the best you can do to keep it alive. So I'm going to step back from the tank, and I'm going to let him get acquainted with everything and everywhere, let him find where he wants to be. I did feed the tank, fed the fish and everything just before he went in, just to try and minimise any aggression that could have come. It's always a handy idea to do before you're adding anything new, because especially my pigs that I've got, anything that comes near the tank, they think it's food. So yeah, I'll keep dropping in some food as well throughout the day and evening, just make sure that he is getting some stuff. But I think I spent probably 20 minutes in the shop watching him eat anyway, getting the guy at the shop to just keep dropping a few bits in, some RS mysis, obviously packed super full of protein, much more than regular mysis, which RS mysis is something that I feed my fish anyway. Really does, they do benefit from it a hell of a lot. But I just know that already this is going to be a real eye catcher of the tank. So I think that'll wrap up today's video. Again, well done if you thought I was getting a copper band. Once he's settled into the tank and we've got him, properly established for a few weeks, I will start trying to get him eating Aptasia. And I've got a few little tricks and tips that can aid with that. So if you are interested, give me a follow and keep your eyes posted for the next upcoming videos. Alright guys, thank you very much.